here we are. Hump day happy chat. So excited to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here with me. This is one of the joys of my life, is to spend a little bit of time each week helping you get over any humps in your life, reducing any struggle or striving, and empowering you and equipping you to step into the highest vibration that you can bring to the table so that you can experience the most exquisite version of your life as possible. So I am checking in here with my phone, multitasking to make sure I can see what's going on since I'm running my live from my computer. And so I can't always see people when they show up, and I want to say hello and welcome people. So thank you for bearing with me looking away from you. So here we go. This week's Hump Day Happy Chat, a couple of housekeeping notes. So if you're watching the replay, I would love it if you would do #replay, put your comments in the comment section. And I want to invite you to join me in the Bliss Collective. It's a private group here on Facebook, and we are a community on a mission. And it really is a mission to create a movement for more peace, love, joy, and freedom on the planet. Not political freedom, emotional freedom on the planet. And we're starting with ourselves, with the instrument that we are. Because in that way, wherever we go, we take that energy inside us as us. Good morning. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. Also, if you would type in hello and where you're watching from, and maybe what you had for breakfast. That's pretty cool too. I am not a breakfast eater. I do a fast. So my morning is usually with green tea. I usually make a matcha green tea latte. And I use, this is my favorite part, extra creamy whipped cream. Or if they don't have that, and they didn't have any last night when I went to replenish my supply, I buy whipped heavy cream. Oh my goodness, it makes the most delicious, creamy matcha latte. And I make it at home. I don't go to that place. Nothing wrong with that. I just like it the way I like it, and I can do it better at home. So type in a hello and where you're watching from and what you had for breakfast. Yay! So in the Bliss Collective private group, we're on this mission. We support each other. There are teachings there, constantly in this inquiry around how do I have more bliss in my life? How do I help others get there? What is it that's holding me back? We're constantly in that conversation. So come play with us. The other thing I would say, over there, we also have this thing called #AskValerie Fridays. So on Fridays, members of the group post their questions. I weigh in. We get a little dialogue going if we can. And the whole idea, again, is back to the mission. Up-level the planet by up-leveling ourselves. If you ever need to talk to me about something that's too sensitive to type in a chat or put in a public forum, use the private messaging feature and send it to me. And I'll either write back to you directly, or sometimes what you're asking about is so universally applicable that I will change the names to protect the innocent, and meaning I'll keep your confidence, but I'll answer it and share it broadly for other people. How does that sound? And then if you happen to take the teachings and put them into practice, by all means, share your results. How did it go? What happened? What did you notice? What were you thinking? What further questions do you have? I will tell you this. Self-mastery and the impact it can have over your life, the positive impact. I haven't ever seen a negative impact from this this journey, from this exploration, from this archaeology of the self, from this deepening your self-awareness, expanding your self-acceptance, and really going high vibration on your self-love. I've never seen a negative thing happen from it. So when you're on the journey and you apply the teachings, being able to see in your own life how it unfolds and then share that with others, I guarantee you there's always at least one other who is going through what you're going through and who could benefit from knowing how you resolved it. So solutions in action are service to others. Solutions in action are service to others when you let them see it. And I have a big announcement, okay? And then we'll get on with it. So big announcement, a challenge. My team and I are launching a challenge. We're calling it the Grow in Self-Mastery, Flow into Bliss. 7-day, have more ease, peace, and joy. 7-day challenge. It's all about mastering you. It's all about how do you use aspects of self-mastery to create more bliss in your life. Yay. So you can go to tinyurl.com, and I'll put the link here, tinyurl.com/my bliss, BLISS challenge, tinyurl.com/my bliss challenge. You can just put your name in there and you'll be taken to the private group for everyone accepting the challenge. And it starts on February 13th and it ends on February 20th. So you got to get in on February 13th and it ends on February 20th. Yeah, it's going to be cool. You might want to be there. Yabba dabba do. Okay, here we go. Here's the topic. How do I deal with all these problems? Anyone dealing with troublesome situations besides me? Anyone trying to figure out how to jump hurdles, how to get out of sticky wickets? Anyone feeling like their life has turned into just one big mountain climb? It's just uphill every single time you turn around. There's a new situation that takes you on an uphill climb. Well, whatever your metaphor and however the current scenario is unfolding for you, you may be wondering, beyond how to deal with them, why are these kinds of situations showing up at all? Like, I know that I have wondered that throughout my life. Like, really, do I have to, like, why is this showing up? Why is this showing up now? Why is this showing up in this manner? Do I really have to deal with this? And I used to affirm that all of my quote unquote lessons, all of the growth opportunities in my life, all of the healing and transformative situations, all of that would come through positive experiences. I really did affirm that. Maybe you are too. I want my life to be so positive that even when I have a lesson that would help me, that would benefit me, I want it to come easy. I want it to be through positive experiences. And I was so into this. I had a show, this was way back when, and I had a show and I had a guest on that day who's a prolific writer and a transformational teacher, author, really into metaphysics and transformation. And I was talking to this person who will remain nameless. That's not important who he was or who he is. But I was talking to him and I said this, I affirm that all of my growth and healing opportunities happen through positive situations. And I was so proud of myself, like I'm doing it the right way. And he kind of took a deep breath and he was like, really gruffly, had a deep voice, and he was really gruff. And he was like, what an immature desire affirmation, Valerie. And I was mortified. This is a guest on my show. What an immature affirmation. And we were talking about dark nights of the soul. And he was very much saying that they are a necessary part of our evolution. They're a necessary part of how we grow into what it is that we believe we're here for, what it is that would fulfill our desires, even. And I was not having it. I was like, well, no, no, I say no. I was in very deep resistance. I was like, no, I just don't, I just don't want to buy into that. I just don't want to buy into that. I mean, I don't need a dark night of the soul. I mean, this was way back when. So we're talking many years. Oh, I'll say several years before the brain hemorrhage. So talk about adversity. Have a brain hemorrhage. That'll bring up some adversity. No, I don't want you to have a brain hemorrhage. We're not going to have an Olympics of suffering. I don't bring up the brain hemorrhage so people can feel sympathetic and like, I'm okay. I'm working it. It's okay. God has me. And what is your adversity? I want to meet you where your adversity is. So here's the thing that this wise teacher and others have helped me see and understand. Problems, as Joel Osteen would put it, problems are a setup for promotion. So promotion I use as a synonym for what you want. Problems are setups that get you closer to what you want, not farther away. It may look like that in the short term, but that's because we're looking with a certain set of glasses. So it's about perspective. Some of the up-leveling, the very up-leveling that you're working toward through the classes or getting the degree or working with a coach, any of the ways that you are up-leveling your life, some of that up-leveling has to come through what you would judge as adversity, as a challenge. Other times, problems may actually signal that you're doing everything very, very right, that you are in it to win it and you're on it, going forth, and it's going to work out. So you may be doing it right. There may be forces that then come against you because you are a demonstration of the divine in action. You are a demonstration of the miracle forces, the medical, physical nature of the universe. Your life is demonstrating that all life is not summed up in the five senses and the perspective that the five senses create. And so the adversity is potentially fortifying you so that you can receive the things that are showing up called adversity and trouble in your highest self. When these low vibration energies are pointed at you, when these low vibration energies are pointed at you. You see, the situational dynamics inside the adversity are teasing out your highest potential. The adversity is giving you an opportunity to show your strength, to fine-tune your discernment, to develop your character, to hone your communication skills, to open your heart, to deepen your compassion, to understand everything from a higher vantage point, at a higher level of you being you at a higher level. And that up-leveling that happens during the adversity is just the perfect fix. Not that you're broken, but just the perfect input to the new you being birthed into the magnificence of your life, where your brilliance can shine at a higher level. So the adversity gives you the opportunity. The problems are giving you the place through which to demonstrate, not to other people, but for yourself, your readiness to operate with whatever those dynamics are, but operate from a higher vantage point, a higher vibration. Get it? Your evolution, you're evolving yourself. So remember that Einstein has said, you can't solve a problem with the same energy that created it. So Einstein was big into metaphysics. And so part of this is understanding that when Einstein says with the mentality that created it, the energy that created it, he's talking about your evolution. So evolving your mind, the mind in your heart, the mind in your brain, the integration of the two, the evolution that comes through dealing with the problem, not running away from it, not poo-pooing it, not blaming and shaming others for the fact that it has shown up, but actually being in it, actually going through it, actually coming to understand it, is how you create the solution. Everyone take a deep breath. Let that in. Let that land. Take another one. So imagine the size of your problem signals the size of your destiny on the other side of the situation. My brother Joel Osteen said that. The size of your problem signals the size of your destiny on the other side of the situation. So notice your destiny is on the other side, meaning the only way out is through. The only way out is through. You're being set up for a demonstration of a whole new level of blessing, a whole new level of unfoldment. Keep moving forward with what presents, whatever shows up inside the situation, while keeping your focus, your heart energy, your sight on the something better that is your desire. Even though I'm here, I'm advocating for something better, trusting in myself, in my own discernment, my own fortification to keep moving forward in the midst of it, keeping my faith, peace, and joy high in the midst of the situation. It's not an either or. I'll be happy when I'm finished with it. Well, guess what? Who knows how long that's going to take? Why put off your happiness when it's available to you, even inside the adversity? You have not been abandoned. You have not been forsaken by the divine. Your higher self didn't bring you all the way as far as you've come to leave you in a heap of defeat and despair. That's not what's going on. I promise you, that's not what's going on. Sometimes doors get closed to keep you away from what's in there. And if you get stuck on, well, the door closed, you are going to miss that it's guiding you this way. Look over here, dear one. My precious one, look over this way. Change your perspective. Sometimes the adversity, the door closing, may mean that you stay inside this adversity longer than you want. Heaven knows. I know what that's like. Heaven knows. And so do I. Staying in adversity for longer than you want. When that happens, it's important to stay anchored in the understanding, in the perspective that the adversity or the challenge or the problem, whatever language you use about it, came with a divine purpose. So one example that I have from my recent experiences, back last year in March, I had given away, I donated my couch and my love seat to a nonprofit that supports new recruits in the armed services to set up house. So and I live in California, so it went through Camp Pendleton. And my father is a career Marine. I'm a daughter that grew up in a Marine Corps culture and a Marine Corps household. So for me, that is the place that I wanted to make my donation. And so these beautiful young Marines came and picked up my furniture, and I had ordered something to take its place to arrive on the same day. And I ended up finding out that it wasn't going to arrive because it was back ordered. Like so many things in this dynamic of the pandemic. So I have empty spots in my house, no couch, no love seat, no chair. So I grabbed a camping chair. I love to go camping, and I grabbed a camping chair from my garage where all my camping equipment is. And I hauled it to the house with help of a friend, brought it in. It's a zero gravity chair. So it's kind of like it can recline, and it's a camping chair. And I put that in my living room, and I kept going to the website, and I kept calling to see. And I went out, I was like, okay, I don't think it's going to be that couch. So now this is adversity. My body doesn't like sitting in this camping chair all the time. And so I went to stores and looked for couches, looked for love seats, looked for just a reclining chair. I'll take anything, right? Nothing that worked, nothing that fit in the allocation of financial resources that I had given this piece. Nothing was working. And so the adversity went on for much longer than I wanted. Like all of 2021, from March to December of 2021 and into 2022. And all of a sudden, and I had done all of the positive things, all of the keeping my perspective at a higher level. I still envisioned myself sitting on my perfect couch, and I kept affirming this couch or something better, this or something better. And I just stayed in the energy of this is happening. I'm not being abandoned. The divine doesn't want me sitting in this chair forever. I'm going to do all the things I know that are about supporting and serving me within the adversity. And I know that this is kind of a minuscule adversity compared to others that people may have. And again, we're not in the suffering Olympics. I'm just telling you my story of adversity. You pick your own, and I will honor that that is an adversity for you. It doesn't need to be compared to the level of mine. I see you in that adversity, and I know that you have what it takes within you to get through it triumphantly, to step into your destiny on the other side. So about 2 weeks ago, I heard from within. Now notice this. I heard from within. Check into a new couch this weekend. This was on a Tuesday. Check into a new couch this weekend. And I sat up. I was like, heck yeah, I'm doing that. I looked at my computer. I checked on the website for the couch that I wanted, the perfect couch. And then I started looking on the websites of, places, retail stores where I could go sit in couches and all of this. One was a long way away, but I was going to do the drive because I found something that could work. And I was clipping links and all this stuff. I mean, I was on it. The minute I heard that voice, I responded. Now listen to these things because I'm giving you the steps. I responded. What presented, I went after it. And then I heard a little voice say, and I'm calling it a little voice. I would say I got an energy. It wasn't do this. It was more like an energy of home consignment center. It didn't say those words. The energy was a consignment center, secondhand. It was like, I haven't been to that place in a long time. It's a place, and the store, I couldn't even remember the name. I had to text a friend, what's the name of that store? And then it started coming back to me. Oh yeah. So I decided for myself on a Friday evening, they close at 6. I decided for myself I was going to go over there. So I schlepped myself over there. Long story short, I found a couch, a love seat. I don't need a couch. I'm me. A love seat, a power reclining, all leather, cream, which is the color I wanted. And they're hard to find, cream leather sofas these days, unless you're custom ordering them. You know how long that's going to take. Exactly what I wanted. So remember my this or something better? Well, this love seat, and because it was a consignment store, I got it at 1/3 the price of what I had budgeted for a brand new couch. And so with that savings, I added an accent chair, a reading chair to sit in front of my the beautiful windows in my living room. And I'm still at less than half of what the other sofa would have cost me. How amazing is that? So the stepping into my destiny in that experience was the adversity of the misalignment of giving things away and having the new thing show up. Have you ever had that happen? Some door closes and the other door hasn't opened yet. Ever had that happen? Yes. So I went through the adversity. I didn't pitch a fit. I felt the sadness. I absolutely felt the sadness of I don't have anything to sit in. And I felt the sadness, and I for a moment even allowed myself to feel like I'd been abandoned. The forces that are supposed to help me weren't helping me. This ain't what I wanted. And I was so excited by that other thing. And then boom, door closed, and it never reopened for that thing. And my affirmation, my belief that, okay, if that thing's not it, I know the divine is bringing me to something better. I know that I know that I know. Unequivocally, my faith was resoundingly firm. Do you feel that? Resoundingly firm. Keep the faith and watch yourself move to breakthroughs, dreams coming to pass, connections, moving out of the problem into the solution, out of the sickness or the injury into greater health, out of troubles into peace, out of struggling into striving, into thriving, out of turbulence into smooth sailing, out of loneliness into divine right companionship, out of lack into abundance, out of limitation into service and to support to move forward. Keep believing firmly and expecting. The expecting is a part of faith. Not doubt. The expecting is a part of faith. Keep opening your perspective to see how the problem is leading you to a new level of favor, of blessing, of fulfillment in your life. As Joel Osteen would say, the setback is just a setup for the divine. He says God, I say divine, I say God too, to show out in your life. Promises of the divine. Trust me in times of trouble and I will rescue you and I will give you great glory. Dig deep to activate your high vibe expression. What is your high vibe expression as you walk the path inside the problem? Inside the problem, the only way out is through. And you can't solve the problem with the same energy, the same vibration, the same consciousness that was there when the problem was created. You have to up level. And sometimes the problem is your way to do that. Not everything will make sense in the moment. It might be that only in retrospect, hindsight is 20/20, so someone says. it might be only in retrospect, looking backwards, going, oh my gosh, that's why that happened. Oh my gosh, that's why that couch went on back order. Because now I have something that's even better. That couch was a full couch. My love seat gives me more open space. I really would like to feel more spaciousness and have my belongings reflect that. Beautiful. So let's what do you call it? Review. Let's review the pieces. So number one, when the problem shows up, create your peacefulness within the adversity. What is your peacefulness practice? It must include, my first step is always deep, take a deep breath. So whatever your peacefulness within adversity practice is, it has to include deep breathing. So you want to breathe deeply a few times. You get a piece of mail and it's telling you something you don't want to hear. Put it down, take a deep breath. You get a phone call, you get a text. You wake up and you're feeling bad. You have voices in your head that are saying negative, 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 negative. Take a deep breath. Why? Because breathing in that deep way calms your parasympathetic nervous system, which is part of the fight, flight, or freeze response. It oxygenates your brain and the rest of your body. It calms you down and sets you up to hear that still small voice saying, go look for your couch this weekend. That was coming from my heart, not my brain. The intuitive aspect of me saw the stars aligning in the outside world to deliver exactly what I had been envisioning in the outside world. Hermetic principle, law of attraction, law of reflection, law of reciprocity. Put it out there and it comes back. Oh, I love this stuff. It's juicy and delicious and easy. Then step one, breathe, breathe, breathe. Allow yourself to quiet down. Get out of the, what the hell? Get out of that. Not stop it. It's just don't let it run you. You might have to let yourself feel those things. Just don't let them dictate your decision making. By all means, don't make a decision in the midst of that. Consciously connect with your higher self. Step two, consciously connect with your higher self. That means consciously saying, okay, angels, okay, guides, okay, guardians, okay, ancestors, whoever it is that you are offering yourself, surrendering yourself to get the wisdom, activate that in your life. Okay, helper team, I would like some clarity and understanding. That's what had me go out into the garage and get the lawn chair rather than run to some store and buy the first thing I found. That's what made me go get the lawn chair, camping chair, was asking for divine guidance. Stay connected to those energies, those presences, those helpers, those companions, all the way through the adversity. Well, all the way through your whole life, but especially in the adversity. Why? So you remember that you're not alone. You are not enduring the dynamics alone. Then do what presents. I went and I tried some things on. I sat, I laid, I didn't like, so I waited. I kept checking the website, kept calling. When is this going to be back in stock? Is it ever coming back in stock? I decided maybe I don't need the couch, and I started looking at the love seat in the same brand and the same style. Still, that was out of stock. Do what presents, which means in a peaceful heart environment, your peaceful and alert state, radar up, notice what is showing up that is related to the adversity, that is a breadcrumb on the path to the beyond the adversity, the beyond the problem, the solution to the problem, the way over the hurdle, the downside of the mountain, towards the way through. Where are the breadcrumbs towards the way through? My camping chair was a breadcrumb towards the way through. Yes, have a cry, feel the anger, retrace your steps to try and figure out, did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? I will tell you, I did retrace my steps. And there was a moment where the voice inside my head or in my heart said, just give the Marines your couch, keep the love seat. But I didn't listen to that voice. I sat there when they took the couch out and they were out at the truck and they were coming back. I had a moment to say, I've changed my mind. I'm going to keep the love seat. And I didn't. And I think I was being divinely guided to, but I didn't. How many times have you heard that inner voice in your brain, something else took over and you didn't listen? It's okay. You don't have to beat yourself up about it. We're all evolving from that lower vibration self that doesn't trust our higher vibration self. It's okay. We're on the journey. Remember, the adversity is showing up to give you a chance to be that higher you, that higher self that is wanting to express in, through, around, and as you, taking you to your highest good, your highest good, your highest good. So don't accept yourself choosing to stay stuck in your despair, your sadness, or your resistance to what is. When you resist what is, you make it hang on. Law of resistance, whatever resists persists. So no point. Allow it, accept it, even as you are resolute in how you're going to go through it. What changes need to happen? Change in you happens when you consciously choose the next step. Whatever's presenting, what's the next step? Over and over and over. And I forgot a little piece. I left the chair there on Friday. I purchased the couch. It was supposed to be delivered on Saturday. And Saturday morning, I woke up and a feeling came over me about the chair that I had left or forgotten the chair. And I got a text from the delivery company and they wanted to move the delivery up. And I said, okay, I'm coming over to the store because I think I'm supposed to buy this chair. So they took my couch off the delivery truck in order for me to look at it with the chair next to it. I did a jump for joy. Well, in my heart, not in real life. And now I have both sitting in my living room and they were delivered much earlier and at no difficulty to me. These wonderful, beautiful delivery men brought it in, set it up. The divine showed out in my life. And every time I walk past that love seat and that chair, let alone sit in them. And I sit on the left side and the right side, and I put my left feet up and my headrest comes up. I love them. The divine showed out in my life. And the last step, make sure you're anchoring in your gratitude practice. Every time I sat in that camp chair in my living room, I said, thank you. And, if we went all the way back to when I bought the camp chair, I was only looking for one of those chairs. And I ended up finding a 2-for-1 special. And I couldn't understand why I was being guided to buy two, but I did. And so one stayed brand new until the moment a friend helped me bring it into my living room. And it was my living room chair for 9.5 months. How about that? And make sure that you are anchoring in gratitude practice. Here's my quote on gratitude. When the going gets tough, get going into gratitude. Why? It's the highest vibration next to unconditional love. It raises you to the place where you can see the adversity from a different perspective. It raises you to the place where you can say, okay, it's not that bad, maybe, but okay, I'm fortified to go through this. I can see what this might be coming to show me, to provide for me, to teach me in an effort to up-level me for what's coming in my life. If you don't have a practice for gratitude, it's time you created one. When the going gets tough, get going into gratitude. And of course, get going into gratitude when the going is awesome. You don't have a practice. In my book, there is a whole lot of information on suggested ways to create a practice. A practice, meaning you do it, do it, do it, do it, do it some more. You can get my book on Amazon in Kindle or hard copy form like that. You can get it on my website in hard copy form. You can order it there. 25% off the rack rate at Amazon. And if the adversity that you're going through right now makes it appear that you can't, that buying the book is not in your budget, remember, I looked at a bunch of couches. They were not in what I was willing to spend for what I wanted to receive from a sitting thing in my living room. If that's where you are, there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly right. And in fact, for that circumstance, I have my book on my website as a downloadable PDF for free. And as you're hearing this Hump Day Happy Chat, if it says to you, hey, you might want to invest your time and energy in a free grow in self-mastery, flow into bliss 7-day challenge to have more ease, peace, and joy, check out tinyurl.com/my-bliss-challenge and come play. Okay, that's it for today's Hump Day Happy Chat. Why do problems show up? Because they're a doorway to your next level of success. Many blessings. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. #replay, #share. I'm Valerie Shepard, coming to you live from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery in Southern California, USA. And I always close the Hump Day Happy Chat with the Karanaya Metta Sutra, which is the prayer of loving kindness from the Buddha. And it goes like this. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. Your true nature is peace, love, joy, and freedom. Peace, love, joy, and freedom. May all beings awaken to that true nature, and may all beings be free. Many blessings. Thanks very much for being here. Happy Hump Day. See you soon.